I'm doing this line. This is it. These are the last few steps. Hopefully for weeks. In the good way. Here we go. Just slip. Forgot to raise the flag. There it is, my old place of employment. 4 years on that dock. Watching other boats go by. This is my boat, Fayaway, a 1965 Tartan 37 Blackwatch. I'd spent the last couple of years outfitting her for the dream of an ocean voyage, ultimately deciding upon Hawaii as a destination. Sailboats are for dreamers and romantics, and boatyards and marinas are full of dreams that never so much as cross over the horizon, let alone an ocean. Joshua Slocum, the author of Sailing Alone Around the World, wrote, "To young men contemplating a voyage, I would say go." Well, I was no longer exactly a young man, but on this cold, overcast spring morning, it was time to go. North exit is silted up apparently from all the rain. This guy behind me just ran aground. So I'm not going out that way. Well, all the bigger boats are going out the south entrance. I'm just going to follow them. There we go, beyond the confines of the breakwater. Some kind of race or something going on today. It's Saturday. Anyway, let's make our turn into the ocean. It's that race underway. Traditions must be observed. We've got Rum of the Gods asking Neptune or Poseidon, depending on which way you go, to bless this trip, bless this boat, give me fair winds, just give me that. Gods, one for me. Starting to go down on night one, day one. Cold, so it's going to be a long night. I got to get around all the Channel Islands before I can relax. Cold, wet night. It's 5 a.m. on day 2. No stars, no moon. It's foggy and wet. All right, first dolphin pod riding herd. Come on, buddies, where you go? And it looks like on Tuesday some winds are going to pick up, so I just got to deal with today and tomorrow, but oh, whatever, this is all part of the game. Although I did see a whale from, I don't know, maybe a couple miles around, which is pretty amazing. This is day 3. I've just been sleeping in 20-minute increments. It starts to feel pointless when you just see nothing. But I see a light in the distance. Somewhere off the port bow. Sorry, there has to be another vessel. There's nothing on the AIS. So, no more sleeping in 20-minute increments until I figure out what the hell this is. It'd be a little easier if there was some stars or moon or anything, but it's still overcast. It's alright, just keep an eye on it. Far from land, old dude. What are you doing here, man? You can't waste the fuel. Just bobbing around in the ocean now. I'm not adjusted enough for this to not make me feel nauseous. But it'll all change. Anyway, just have to suck it up and suffer. Totally different little bird now. Much better than yesterday. We were just bobbing around for most of the day. We are under power of the wind vane. There she is. And doing all right. About 5 knots right now. I got to refit now. Like say, it's so dark at night. With this gray and overcast, I mean, you cannot see anything. We're into the 4th day. It's a long way to go. I know if something goes wrong with the boat, I know what to do. I'm just scared. I'm really scared. I'm trying my best. I just want to get to Hawaii and see Cheyenne. I think I want to ask her to marry me. But we gotta get this boat to Hawaii. Okay. We're about 4 days in. And this is what we got. It's still gray. It's blowing pretty good today. It's supposed to all day, so I'm heading south, southwest. I've just been sleeping in 20-minute increments. Saw a ship last night about 2 a.m. It was so far away it didn't show up on the AIS, so I have no idea. You know, that's all I ask. Just me and the boat stay safe. We'll deal with the conditions. It's my first daytime mid-ocean vessel. I don't know if I need to gear off. What's his deal here? He is Ocean Enterprise from Hong Kong. He'll be long in front of us by the time we're there. Anyway. It's good that the IS is working. Oh, it's crazy. This doesn't seem like much. Whoa. Anyway, you go down below and it sounds like we're hard charging. Just all kinds of sound of the, yeah, the sounds of the water rushing and the rigging flapping, and just any little sound is reverberated throughout the inside. So it's a much different scene. Sun today. 5 days with no sun. Some stars last night are still kind of poking through this cloud cover, but I can see some, which is a change. I think we are a little more than 400 nautical miles from our start point, which is, it's alright considering the slow moving at the beginning, and I'm just going to accept that as the reality. But for once, it actually is kind of nice out here. Some colors. This is what you sign up for. We're generally headed west-southwest, and that gets us closer to our destination. Here we are. Sails flocking. Oh, hard to keep. So I was doing some check on the wind vanes. I'm steering weird, and I'm noticing all this chafe. I got the old Sinbad, the Simrad, steering for now. I'm so glad that I noticed this now, and it didn't like pop in the middle of the night. That would have been way more stressful. So let's get her done. So the line that comes out here goes underneath here and streaks through. So Alright, so I went ahead and taped the bitter end of one to the other. Should be able just to pull it through. So let's see what happens. Aha! There it is. Just gotta reconnect it all, and then we'll check the other line. Alright, got it reattached. Problem. The wind vane paddle came detached to the dragon, so I gotta get that, but I'm not gonna film it because I don't want to drop my camera in the water. Okay, paddle's back on. Wasn't very hard. Cut my hand, doused this thing in rubbing alcohol, managed it up real good. That's not just tape. I got soaked this in rubbing alcohol and got a band-aid on it and then some extra tape for just protection. Alright, we're steering again with the wind. Got the first sunset of this voyage. I'm almost too tired to enjoy it. It's rough out here. I don't know if it looks like it, but it is. Just getting the boat balanced today was so much work. Anyway, here's our sunset. Oh, what a difference a few hours makes. It was a wild night. I didn't even get out the camera. It was blowing pretty hard. About 1 a.m. Just wasn't holding course. It was rounding up. Just to the point of flogging, they would fall off, and eventually I thought, okay, I got to do something about it. After, I don't know, 2.5 hours, I gave up and just engaged the autotiller, the Simrad, and that steered me through the rest of the night. I just got it on the most downwind course it would hold, and I just went to sleep. Anyway, I got up this morning, made some adjustments to everything, cleaned up a little bit. And we were heading almost dead southwest. Look at this. This is Friday. Started on Saturday, so it's almost a full week. And this is the first moments of anything resembling this. So there you go. For now, this is mac and cheese. It's Friday. I started on Saturday, and this is the first meal I'm having. I mean, I've eaten things. Can of chicken or tuna or beans, Cliff Bars, just snacky stuff, but I just haven't been able to eat. Anyway, it's a beautiful day, and I realize I think I'm ready to eat something. Across the distance with direction. I just crash-side the boat. All of a sudden, I mean, it was just, I knew something was wrong. Like immediately, you just get that feeling like, oh crap, something ran out, and we're like headed north. Jibed the boat like twice trying to get it all in. It had a whisker pull out. But everything went okay. I made sure not to rush and hurry. I'm out of breath now, but I was staying low, keeping a hand on something, and we're moving again. We're on a much easier, trajectory, not quite straight downwind, but we're getting tossed around by these following seas, so this is something I have to get used to. Just glad I'm here. That's a ship over here. I don't know, it feels pretty close. There we go. 3 nautical miles is the alarm spot. It's morning, it's not like I'm gonna fall asleep and hit him, so we're all good. So, there she is. I had to zoom out on the range to 6 nautical miles. Chinese cargo ship. Knock on wood, but if we end up needing rescue, it looks like it's gonna be Chinese cargo ships, so that's pretty much all I see. I just wish that looked like what it actually is. I'm not stressed. It's just frustrating. I'd like to kick back and read a book, but you know, I could have stayed home and done that. A lot of swells today, and it's not so bad right now, and I'm just hoping that it stays like that. It's the evening. Try to get some sleep. Still gotta pop up and check every now and then. Balanced to sail south and not fear that it's going to accidentally jibe. I think it's also time to take a bit of a bath and get a little freshened up, maybe change the clothes too. How about that? Yeah, it's time. So anyway, wind's already building, but I think that might be the angle we're on. Had a good night though. Way out there. There's a boat. It's not close enough to be on the AIS yet, but let's see if we can track it down. So, Panama. Underway using engine. It never looks like it on the camera, but it's rough. Huge swells. Pretty windy. There's only a very small percentage of degrees I can sail in where I'm not getting pounded. I think it's supposed to be like this for 2 more days. I don't know. I'll find a solution. Just getting the boat balanced. Oh man, it really sucks out here. It's blowing pretty crazy. I got too much sail on. I'm trying to ride it out for a while and see if it'll calm down. I'm so tired. Tried to nap, but kicked back up right at sunset. Let's see. I can handle this for another hour or so, see if the seas die down, and then I'll reevaluate. I got the main down. I guess I could have filmed it. It was scary. We got a little bit of head still out, and we're going 4.5 knots. Pretty much downwind. I just gotta rest. It sucks. The waves are too big. We try to reach it all. We just get pounded. So we're trying to run with it, but I just gonna have to stay up with it. I have no choice. We're sailing kind of like a little bit being, pointed in. It's the only direction the wind wave will hold, truly. If I try to sail downwind, things get haywire and the wind wave can't hold like you can sit up here and steer all day. So we're just gonna ride this course out for now and figure out something. Around Around this time, I began to veer to the northwest, as this was the only course I could get my self-steering gear to hold and allow me to get some rest. But this was only a temporary solution. A day or two, this cell is gonna pass. God, I'm so seasick. I'll be totally fine, and then I have to do something, and it just, like, I'm not gonna throw up, but I just feel miserable. I got food, which I haven't had in a while. Oh boy. As the winds and seas built to a strength I had yet to experience, my exhaustion and anxiety prevented me from finding what I was sure was a simple solution to my self-steering problem, all the more contributing to my deteriorating mental state. The seas are so big out there, over 6 feet easily. Sometimes I poke my head out and it looks like no big deal, and then sometimes it's like, holy crap. It's supposed to go on for 2 days. I'm sure when I get through this, not just this, but the whole trip, it'll be worth it, but most of the time, Jesus, just got slammed by one. Yeah.
Alright, so right now we are fore-reaching using the weather helm with a small bit of head sail, can't see, to help us kind of point into the swell and waves just as an angle so we're not taking on the broadside. And did this last night in desperation, and it got me through the night, even though we're going like 3 knots, sometimes slower. But this is supposed to build just a little bit more before it eases. Oh man, we just got rocked by a giant wave. Thankfully I wasn't in the cockpit. Everything is wet. It's just like a bomb going off. This is supposed to be the last day of this. Jesus Christ. Seems like the boat is handling it. You know, I just got to get my mind straight. But it's supposed to have already started lower winds and lower seas. And seas look to be, I'm going to guess, 8 to 10 feet in the lowest part of the trough. It's exhausting me mentally, physically too, but definitely mentally. I'm at my wit's end. At this point, I reached a breaking point,
and launched into an expletive-laden crybaby tirade.
I just totally lost my cool.
I hove to for the night and got some quality sleep, from which I awoke and of course immediately discovered the solution to my wind vane self-steering issues that had plagued me for days.
It's about 6 in the morning now. I hove to last night. I couldn't take it anymore. I exhibited some behavior I'm not proud of. So I said screw it, I hove to. So here we are. Let's get moving. And conditions are way more calm than they've been the last few days. So maybe I can do a little bit of maintenance on the wind vane and then see what happens. Well, last night was the soul searching. This morning I did just some little chores. Make coffee. Such a beautiful morning. Even just a cool breeze, cup of coffee. My girlfriend maybe this bag of treats. So if we dig into it. All right, so what do we have here? Little things like some nuts and berries and little M&M's kind of trail mix thing. And a little quote. It says, "Nothing is written, T. Lawrence," as in of Arabia. And it's just full of sweet little things like that. She's pretty wonderful. I was putting off, she wrote me this beautiful letter that I was supposed to wait and read and see, which I did, but it was on another day that I was having a bad day and it just made me miss her so much. So I waited. I decided I wouldn't dig into this bag until I was having a good day, and so it would reinforce, you know, good thoughts. So anyway, thank you, Cheyenne. Let's go look at what we've done this morning to try to keep what happened the last few days from happening again, which was basically that my wind vane is not holding course on anything but the most perfect of conditions. You know, the sea really shows you how powerless you are ultimately, no matter how, you know, how tough you are. So you got to take care of your tools. So that's what I did this morning. Let's go take a look. So this
disjointed and ultimately confusing footage is an attempt to explain how a self-steering wind vane functions in the maintenance I had just performed on it that morning. Wind vanes are ingenious contraptions designed to steer a boat using the power of the wind and sea on the course upon which they are set, provided they are set properly. There is something of a learning curve with every boat and wind vane combination, but ultimately my issues came down to user error.
Twist that paddle.
Basically, I had failed to properly set this one line here.
Sort of helps you.
And had I done so, I firmly believe that my wind vane would have held course more or less comfortably through the near gale I had just sailed through for the past couple of days. But this is how we learn, and I am exceptionally prone to learning the hard way.
Tightened all this up. Put on the light wind blade, and later on we're gonna screw with it some more.
In the meantime, I took the opportunity to dry out the boat and enjoy my first truly peaceful day of sailing since I had set sail 10 days before. Good day. Especially those 4 days before today were rough.
This is great. And, So there is a significant amount of water here. The backside of the bilge, this yellow thing is the fuel tank. On the other side, there's really nothing. So it seems like maybe there's something stuck underneath the fuel tank that's gathered this water here that I think all came in from the amount of seawater that was coming in when we were banging into sea. So we're gonna get this out of here and then figure out what the hell is going on. I got this spare bilge pump hooked up into a bucket to a spare battery. So let's. It's starting to pull up this nasty sludge. It's blocking the bilge pump. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna get it all out for the diesel tank. This water goes underneath. And it comes through into here where the primary bilge pump is, and it was clogged with this nasty piece of whatever. It's like hair and gunk and whatever. So anyway, I gotta try to make sure that's clean. That's so disgusting, but I'm glad. I hope that's all it is. All right, so let's see if this implement going down with a hook on it can maybe grab whatever is underneath that tank. Already found one rag under there, so God knows. Doesn't seem to be anything stopping the way, so we're just gonna sponge it out because the bilge pumps can't get that last little bit, and I want to make sure we're starting to square one. And repeat many times. Just take the magnet down and see if there's any stray metal. All right, dry, clean. Same for this side. Clean all this mess up. Oh my God, disgusting. Mane and tail. Oh, clean, fresh, clean clothes. Calmed. It's been, I don't know, a few hours. So just gonna wait for some wind, and then
ship in, I don't know, a few days. I'm not even sure anymore.
So technically we're on a collision course, but I am going so slowly, if you can even call this moving. Well, we got a little closer, and he's going so slow. Eliza, 13th. Eliza. Oh, Liberia. Let's even got a call sign. Anyway, he's got AIS, I got AIS, everybody's got AIS. We're good. Just finally got some wind. Oh, after, oh boy, better part of 8 hours. It's supposed to be gentle all night, maybe 8 or 9 knots. Just had our first squall. It was a baby one, which I'm really glad about, so I could just sort of get a handle. It's gone, and now we got this. So I've been trying out books. Anyway, we're here in the land of squalls now. You can see over there, that's been coming at us for a while, so I'm gonna start putting things away. Okay, it's coming. This is the first big squall. Well, 5 minutes of wind and rain. Now it's kind of confused wind. We're just kind of bouncing around in these seas, taking it as it comes. Another one out there. Yeah, we're probably gonna meet up with that. So, hey, this is how we learn. So this one, get around the sail here. Anyway, one squall passed right in front of us. And another one there. Hopefully that will pass in front of us too. And there's nothing out here. That squall passed us on by before we even got there. That doesn't look like much, but what do I know? So there's a little bit out there. I don't know, man. Squalls. I picked up some speed. Been becalmed for, I don't know, an hour. Caught a little bit of wind and then it just died down again, and I don't want to complain about it, but I don't want to listen to the sails anymore. So I'm gonna put it down to be ready to catch some wind, because I think it's coming. So let's just do that. It's something to do anyway.
Reefing a sail reduces the sail area exposed to the wind. Generally, one reduces sail in higher winds in order to maintain better control of the boat. And many days are filled with trips back and forth to the mast, tying in and shaking out reefs depending upon the wind conditions. I also learned the hard way to reef down at night as a precaution for midnight squalls. Occasionally, though, I would reef the sails in calm situations in order to reduce the flapping and flogging of the sails, while still leaving some sail area exposed should the desired breaths of wind return.
Well, I don't think it was reefing down, but as soon as I reefed down, we caught some wind. And we're doing like knots. And I've been reefing down at night anyway, just in case, you know, late night squall or something. Maybe I'm a chicken, but, you know, reef early, reef often. That's what they say. I don't know who, they. Alright, so this shackle just broke here on the main sheet, sailing under jib. Anyway, got a new shackle on, moused it. It's a little tense for a minute, so you know, of course I did not video that, I had to get it fixed. Middle of the ocean, gotta take care of things. Hiding in the companionway, not in the cockpit. The squall's been coming down on us, I don't know, for 2.5 hours. I mean, chasing us. Anyway, it's giving us a good breeze, so we're actually going, I don't know, faster than normal, let's just say. So I'm not pushing things. I just want to get through the days, enjoy being out here. It is what it is. All I can do is just keep moving, try to be safe. But double rainbow, gotta get that in, double rainbow. Full moon out tonight. Well, I think it's full. It looks full. 1:30 in the morning, just doing one of my checks. It's under 20. 17 maybe. Squalls all night, just come and go. Some of them are really, really violent, and some are just rain. So, the wind vane has dealt with it all. Keep it up. Keep it up. Morning. I think this is a red sky. Let's see what that portends. Last night, one of the lines on the wind vane chafed through. So I've rigged it back up, but I've got to go in here and address where the chafing is coming from in reasonably rolly seas. But I'd rather do it now than it happen again in the middle of the night. Gotta do it. So the point of chafe was right over where the saw marks are. Anyway, it was rubbing against there. And then that, oh boy, it's really hard to be in here. Anyway, the screws were coming out on the block point there, so I replaced one and tightened the other, and now if you pull it tight, it's not touching anywhere. Yeah, just gotta get out of here and clean up. I'm not hearing the chafe sounds. Just before it was like this squeak squeak, but usually it was when it was under a lot of load, and we're not under too much load right now, so I'm gonna babysit it for a little while. sunrise coming up. It's Wednesday. I want to get in on Saturday, but I don't think it's going to happen. So probably Sunday morning. Tomato soup with hash browns in it. If it could just stay like this all the way there, oh, what I wouldn't give. Another amazing day out here. It's blowing not even 12 knots. But I got full sail up, and we're cooking along between 5, probably averaging 5 knots, which is great. Tomorrow is supposed to be the same, but the next 2 days after that, the wind picks up. So I guess we'll see. I don't really care if the wind picks up. It's about the sea conditions, but I mean, we're just holding on right now. Just get there, but I don't want to have bad days right at the end if I can avoid it. But look at this crap. These clouds are amazing. Oh. Joked with a friend a couple of times that and it's not what they think it is, that I'm just sitting out working on my tan, sipping on beers, and that generally that I'm cold and miserable and the seas are pounding that. But right now, here I am indeed shirtless in very pleasing Pacific seas, sipping a beer. So sometimes it does happen like this. So I'm just going to enjoy it while it's here. 2 days out from Hawaii, and then of course right on cue, the rigging for the wind vane has been squeaking a lot on that side, the port side, and I thought, well, I can live with a squeak, but I think it was this block. Because twice it ripped itself out of its mooring. Well, it broke a shackle mooring, and that's on pretty strong enough. So, gotta crawl in the hole. It's like the shackle there broke. Easy fix. And I have put on a new block, and that one's spinning just fine. In the meantime, one beer left. One beer, hopefully the next one will be a cold one in Hilo. Bird hanging out. The other bird is trying to join him, and he's not having any of it. Oh, oh. Two birds now. They're going to ride bull 125 to where we're going to Hilo. They are. Jekyll and Jekyll. Freaking frack. I am officially less than 100 miles from the closest point of land. I don't know, that feels significant. So for this last run here, I'm just asking the blessing of the gods, and I just so happen to have rum of the gods. Thank you. One for the gods, one for Fayaway. And me. All right. Hoping this time tomorrow or thereabouts is landfall, but don't know. Just don't know, dude. But we're gonna try. Yeah, 3 birds now. 3 birds. 3 birds. 3 birds. Look at these clowns. Oh, they're seriously 4 birds. 4 birds. These chokers. Next morning, land haul day. Still got 4 birds on the bow. Land is somewhere over there. You're almost there. You're almost there. There's right there, some ominous looking clouds that are getting closer and closer. I was hoping the last day would just be a battle of biding my time, but it looks like it's going to be an actual battle. We'll see. It's not, maybe this will blow through and I'll have a nice afternoon. Emotional. I'm just so grateful. Anyways, not to get too ahead of ourselves. We do have 30 miles to go. And anyway. So I can see the outline of land, but I don't even know if it shows up. It's not very clear. So I'm gonna wait for a big declaration until it's clear. I've been seeing the outline of land for hours. I just wanted to wait for the video until it looks like land. I'm so happy. I guess I haven't actually done anything yet. I haven't crossed the finish line, but there it is. See you on the other side. Oh God, yes, 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 yes. Gotta take the spinnaker pole or whisker pole down before we enter. Let's do this. Oh, kind of nervous now. Coming in at sunset. We're heading towards the breakwater. And we're just gonna be careful. I mean, what else can we do? And hope for the best. I'm just so happy. I'm so grateful. Anyway, we're not done yet. Let's save the tears for after. Holy crap, I can smell the land now. It's like, oh God, it's coming in strong now. It's like peat moss and earth. Oh my God. It smells like home. They have a red and a white light, and
Entering any unfamiliar harbor after sunset is daunting under any conditions, but my determination not to be the guy that crossed an ocean only to crash into a breakwater spiked my anxiety. My girlfriend Cheyenne had flown in to meet me and had arranged my arrival with the local sailing club, who were kind enough to meet me at the breakwater and guide me into the small boat harbor to an unused mooring for the night.
Alright, Josh, you there?
Because of the tight entry and shallow clearance to get into the small boat harbor, filming this process wasn't exactly top of mind.
I promised the people I'd get you laid. I got you too. Because what's better than being laid once? Being laid twice.
Well, at my age, it takes a lot of energy.
Ah, well, that's it for one night. I love you.
Love you too. Whoa. Oh.
Stop.
Spent a night at the hotel. How you doing, baby? All right, we're anchored.
As I sat anchored in the shadow of Mauna Kea, the largest sea mountain in the world, I couldn't help but think, so well, what's next?